Hey everybody, this is TJR.
And this is Superfan.
And we are back with the second Studio Ghibli film directed by Miyazaki. So this film is Castle in the Sky. And last time we watched Nausicaä. We talked about Nausicaä as, it was a little over 2 hours. And yet it was trying to tell basically a 4-hour movie within that 2 hours.
Yeah.
And we thought it was really good. We thought it was visually stunning. We loved the characters. We thought the action scenes were great. But we really felt like he was trying to put too much into that one film. And please understand, everybody, we're new to this. We maybe have seen 1 or 2 Miyazaki films.
We've seen more than that, but...
Okay, maybe 2 or 3, I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is our first time. A lot of these films, it's our first time. This is the first time we're diving deep into his film catalog. And we're going in as blind as possible. We don't know a lot about Miyazaki. But I would conjecture that a director never knows when they finally get to do their first film where it's their vision, which is how I looked at the last film, which was Nausicaä, because his first film was part of a franchise series. You might think to yourself, I may not get to make another film again, so I better really just throw out all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I felt.
Do everything I can.
Do everything I can, because what if I don't get another chance? And the film was dealing with huge themes, and it was a great film, don't get me wrong, but it felt like it should have been 4 hours long. In order
It could have been. It could have easily been.
Yeah, in order to really cover the scope of the story and give that story the most impact. But anyways, with this film, however, which is the second Studio Ghibli film, Castle in the Sky.
Yes.
I mean, what? I mean, he was already really great with the last one, but how much better this one was, insofar as the fact that he told a story that allowed him to discuss a lot of the same themes, yet he found a story that was a little less ambitious and fit the 2-hour time length that this film was. I mean, he was able to, because it wasn't quite so ambitious, he was able to give us what we needed with these characters and the story and have it have more impact for that reason. I thought this was a lot more impactful. The animation was more beautiful. Very beautiful,
yeah.
Yeah. There were scenes that were just blowing my mind.
Yeah, nobody does skies like Miyazaki, and this takes place in the sky.
So much of it does. We're in kind of a, I don't want to say steampunk, but we're in a different world where it is, very early industrialization, very early. They've got trains, but they've got flying vehicles that are unlike anything unlike anything that we've ever seen in our history, in any history here on Earth. They've got these flying vehicles, and it's kind of a cool little unique world, very different from the one we had in Nausicaä, which was had the whole post-apocalyptic thing going, and we've got these incredible aerial battles, incredible aerial sequences, incredible aerial sequences where we have flying vehicles and human beings fighting against nature. And I'm just amazed at how well he creates the action sequences, how well he conveys a sense of stakes.
Yeah.
With this film. Just really well done. It's like, it's such a big improvement from the first one. And the first one was really, really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the first one wasn't good. I mean, it was really, really good. But here there's such an improvement. I think he's really mastering better the whole idea of pacing the movie. Having a story to fit the time length that you have to work it with, pacing all the characters, pacing the story, so that it makes the most impact. And he did a great job with this. So we have, again, more themes about environmentalism or living with nature, learning how to get along with nature, technology, the corruption of absolute power. This is a kind of a theme that wasn't in the last one, but is much more prevalent in this one. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And that, of course, as it said at the ending, without love, there is nothing. No matter how much technology and power you have, there's nothing without love. And so, more of the kind of pacifism that Miyazaki themes in a lot of these has themed in these last two films, which is not about being a dish rag, because we both have these are both our characters are fighters. Our good guys are fighters. We've got a young kid and a young boy and a young girl, and they're both fighters. Yeah. But it's about,
and you've got Grandma Pippi Longstocking.
Yeah, we've got Grandma Pippi Longstocking, as we named her. I can't think of what her character's name is, but she's like the head pirate of the pirate. We have a pirate family.
Is it Dola? Dola.
I think it's Dola. Yeah, there you go, Dola, played by Cloris Leachman. And I also, as long as we're going down this path, when we first meet these characters, we think they're the primary bad guys, but they're kind of goofy, and they're kind of not all that threatening. They're kind of, they're more funny than anything else. And that's because the real bad guys we've seen them earlier, but we don't realize at the beginning of the film that they are the bad guys. And that's, of course, we have the government, as they're referred to. We don't get a whole lot of backstory on that. But
we don't need it.
We don't need it, no. We have the government and the military, and we don't get a lot of backstory, but I think we can all kind of fill in our own blanks with our own experiences throughout our different cultures. For these, depending on where you come from, your own experience with your own governments and militaries, and not that they're all 100% bad, but we all have to experience bad things that come from those two.
And the villain here was voiced by Mark Hamill.
Yeah, the villain's voiced by Mark Hamill very well. There were a couple moments where we thought he was slipping into his Joker laugh from Batman the Animated Series.
Or maybe Joker slipped into...
the character that he was playing.
Musca's.
Yeah, he would have probably done these voices...
it was around the same time. This was...
possibly around the same... Close
2002, 2000...
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Batman the Animated Series was done in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
And so he would have voiced this long after. So he had a lot of experience doing those menacing laughs when he was doing the Joker, and we hear a little bit of that with this character when he does the menacing laughs. But anyways, though, but we've got great voice cast, and again, I wanted to get back to what I was trying to say is we've got our two main characters, just little, a young boy and a young girl, young teenagers, maybe between like 15 and 18, maybe.
Yeah.
He's maybe just a little bit older, but young teenagers, and they're little fighters, but it's the whole idea of violence. Violence is the last resort, basically. Violence is the last resort. You don't, and again, without love, you have nothing. So it's, again, more the themes that he had in the last film, and which he has in a lot of his films, I guess.
Yeah.
We're going to find out as we watch more of them. But I was just knocked out. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
They do say he's a pacifist very much, and he's an environmentalist.
Well, that's obvious with the themes in this film. How it's the difference between trying to live with nature versus living against it.
Yeah,
and and that's always a balance that every society has to work with or face the consequences. At any rate, though, so I was just really impressed with this film. How well it was done, the characterizations, the action, the sense of stakes. I felt the stakes more in this film than in the last one.
Yeah, because it was
more down
so
to earth.
Wide in scope that it kind of made it a little bit harder to connect.
Exactly. And this one felt, again, the characters feel very grounded, even though we've got all kinds of fantastical elements. I don't want to get too much into the story and plot, but it deals partly with it's basically kind of a Lost Kingdom story, but in the air.
Yeah.
We've got a lost kingdom in the air is what we have.
Once again, there's a connection to Tolkien as well. The city, as it's animated, looks very much like Gondor
From Lord of the Rings. It has
from
that
Lord
look,
of the Rings.
but of course we're being influenced by the Peter Jackson films, the look of it in those films, which
But-
in turn is influenced by the artwork.
which was influenced by the book,
By
but
the books.
that there is a city in France, an island in France.
Yeah.
That's it's called Mount Saint Michel.
Yes.
It's one of those bucket list places that we're going to go to someday.
Okay.
And that is what Gondor was based on.
Okay. Okay.
There's a resemblance to that, obviously, as well.
I think the city's even got a name. I think they even said there was a name for it that starts with the letter G, or it was kind of had a similar
She
pronunciation.
came from a place called It's when she pronounced it, it sounded to me like Gondor, but I think I saw something where it was spelled Gondola.
Gondola, something like that. Okay. Anyway, so we've just watched it first time. So again, sorry if we don't know every single detail. These are kind of our first impressions. But yeah, I just really knocked out by this one. And it's only really the second official Studio Ghibli film. I don't know if they even call it Studio Ghibli at this point.
It is officially the first Studio Ghibli film.
Officially, okay. But
It was released under Studio Ghibli's title.
But Nausicaä is considered, even though it wasn't
Nausicaä is considered part of that.
part of the studio now, although initially it wasn't when it was first made. Okay, so now moving forward with this film, everything is officially Studio Ghibli.
Yes.
Okay, we'll get the continuity squared away eventually here. But yeah, any other thoughts? I feel like I've said all I really want to say about this one. Such a fun and exciting film. But go ahead, what do you want to say?
Yeah, it is. It's not just for kids, even though it's a cartoon.
Well, and I think it's certainly a family film, very much a family film that you can watch with the family, kids and adults of all ages. It's just the characters are so much fun to be around.
Yeah.
But we have a lost kingdom in the sky. We have a young girl who we will find out is a princess. And again, we're not worried about spoilers because we're sure if you're watching this, you've seen these movies already. We have a young girl who's not aware of her heritage, who
They've
is going
been
to find
out
out
for
that
almost. This movie is 39 years old.
Yeah, but she finds out she's a princess. And we've got a mystery behind this lost kingdom. And we have a government official who has
A connection as
connection
well.
and but very much wants to get a hold of the technology and not for the best of intent. So yeah. And there is that theme, of course.
Once again, power corrupts.
Yeah, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Anyways, though, but yeah, great film with this one. So the next film is My Neighbor Totoro. Hopefully I said that right. And now this is one that I saw, but I saw it many, many, many years ago.
Yeah, I
Many
saw
years
it as
ago.
well. I think we might have seen it together.
Possibly. We have known each other for quite a while. But I'll tell you something. I watched it back then, and I just kept thinking maybe something was lost in translation for me. Because I kind of like when it was over, I thought, is that it? I didn't understand what the point of it was. So I'm hoping that now I'll watch it and maybe see it differently, maybe understand it differently. I was very new to anime at that point. And maybe, it's like when you try to first watch films from other countries or other eras, the acting styles are different, the directing styles are different. And at first you might find it jarring. And I know that one of my older brothers who had never seen anime before was a bit startled by anime the first time he saw it, which was the recent film from Wingnut Studios, speaking of Peter Jackson, the Lord of the Rings tie-in film, War of the Rohirrim. And he was a bit, said he didn't think it was bad, but he just was kind of like, he didn't understand the styling of anime. It kind of threw him a little bit. And but anyways, though, we're seeing that one next, My Neighbor Totoro, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again. And I'm wondering if I'm going to see it with completely different eyes now and feel differently
Probably.
about it. Because like I said, ages ago, and we're talking decades ago when I saw it the first time, I really did at the end of it think, well, oh, what was the point of that?
I think that was the first place we lived together.
Possibly, if we did see it together, yeah. But at any rate, that's going to be next. Yeah, I don't have too much more to say about this last one here. It was just really good. And so stay with us. Be watching for the next one when we talk about My Neighbor Totoro. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification icon so you never miss a video. Big thank you to the Patreon supporters. Patreon supporters do receive exclusive weekly videos not available on this channel.
You are fierce and mighty.
Mostly just thank you for hanging out. Want to hear what you think about this film. If you've seen it before, please share your thoughts on it. I'd love to get more insight from all of you. Any insight you want to share, both of us would.
Yes.
And again, like I said, we are planning on going to Japan, and we are going to be visiting the Studio Ghibli Museum. And
if we can get tickets.
So if we can get tickets, well, yeah, we're keeping our fingers crossed that we can get tickets. But we do want to go, and so we're trying to see as many of these movies as we can, if not all of them, before we leave. And so
we want to thank Grogu for making us watch them.
That's right. Thank the little guy. All right, everybody. That was a friendly little pat. Don't you get all emotional on me.
He says he has a concussion.
No, he doesn't. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
In a moment, you'll see some other video recommendations. Check them out. Bye.